And you know what comes with the Knicks winning, Ryan? Bandwagon fans. Bandwagon fans come with the Knicks winning. And guess who joined the bandwagon, Ryan? Stephen A. Smith.
Bruh.
It's just bandwagon fan Stephen A. Smith joins the party. Yeah, I'm calling him a bandwagon fan, son. He's a bandwagon fan. If you just found out about Jalen Brunson's greatness like 2 days ago, you're a bandwagon fan.
Exactly. Then on top of that, how can he call himself a Knicks fan and he was doing all-star voting, but yet he didn't vote in Brunson as a starting guard for the East? He puts Donovan Mitchell over him. Like, come on. Like, really, as a Knicks fan, you're gonna do that?
As a Knicks fan, you're gonna do that after. So you're saying he's an MVP candidate, but he needs to be coming off the bench in the All-Star game. Like, make it make sense to me.
Bruh.
Make it make sense, man. Well, MVP candidates coming up. Okay, get off my screen, man. Yo,
At this point, Big Perk more of a New Yorker
Big
than Stephen A. Smith
is definitely coming to the bar.
Exactly. Like, yo, we've adopted Big Perk, yo. Like, yo, Big Perk, whenever you want to come through the garden, come through.
You coming through, man. You getting beer. You getting pizza, authentic New York pizza. We rolling out the red carpet for Big Perk.
Facts.
Shoot, man. Even Shanae, man, she can come. She more of a fan, man.
Yeah. We all love for Shanae.
Yeah, even Shanae, she more of a fan than Stephen A. Stink Smith. I mean, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. And it's crazy because you know what, Ryan, you know what casual fans do?
What they do?
What do they do? When casual fans start watching and they only know like 2 or 3 players, they start making all these crazy fantasy trades. Like, oh, you know what we do? We should get LeBron James on the team.
Bruh.
Like, Steven, I almost liked it better when you didn't know you were good.
Exactly. For real.
I almost like it better when you didn't know you good and you was still kind of just on Donovan Mitchell's train. I'm suggesting that we trade for LeBron James at this point of his career is just the bro pick to me, man. It's ridiculous.
It makes no sense whatsoever. It's like, okay, I get it. LeBron James is one of the greatest players to ever play the game. There's no denying that. That dude is probably top 2. He's probably the greatest, depending on your scale of, best players and what you prefer, whatever the case may be. But it's like, why would the Knicks make that trade when LeBron only has maybe 1 or 2 years left in him until he retires? But yeah, we're going to give up young pieces and bringing in a guy that's only going to play 1 or 2 years and might get us to like 1 championship or 1 final, whatever the case may be. Like, the focus right now should be guys that fit the timeline where the Knicks can have sustained success, where it's like you can make multiple finals appearances, not just 1 or 2 or whatever the case may be. All of a sudden you have to retool and think like, oh, how are we going to retool this team because we gave up assets to bring this guy in and now he's retired. Like, it makes no sense.
No sense. Yo, Ryan, imagine if we traded Julius Randle for LeBron and then we went into
just for the dude to play here for 1 season, retire, and then we have to figure out how we're going to replace that production.
I would feel bad for Julius. He got traded for LeBron again. I mean, it wouldn't be. You know what I mean? It's not. You know what I mean? Y'all connecting the dots, right? Because he got checked out for LeBron the first time. But yeah, I don't want LeBron though. Let's be clear. I do not want LeBron. I don't know. Let me just say this. KOT has been around for an extremely long time. Extremely long time, right? For you guys who are just starting to watch, we started KOT in 2016? 2016?
Yeah, 2016, yeah.
That was the era when Joakim Noah and Derrick Rose was here the first time. Before we traded Derrick Rose and came back again. This is who was here for the first time. This was the height of the Phil Jackson beef with LeBron, and I hated LeBron then. I hated him. Now I respect him more now, but there was a beef There was a beef between the Knicks and LeBron. There was you remember when LeBron's team smacked us, and then they was playing the water bottle challenge during the game. You remember that? And then you remember when he like pushed Frank Ntilikina and Cantor stepped up to him and stuff like that. So I remember that stuff. I remember the decision. I remember that stuff. I remember we played him in the playoffs and he got hit with a fake screen and act like he got shot and fell to the floor. Like, I remember all that BS that LeBron was pulling with the Knicks back in the day. So I can't fathom bringing all of that energy back here. That's just not. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm straight on that. And the fact that Stephen A could even fix his mouth to even suggest something like that is just wild to me. But then again, this is the same dude that always talking about these crazy ass trade proposals. And it's like, if you actually watch the team, you would know that making that kind of trade is not a good idea, or you would gut the team, and then it's like, yo, what are you gonna do afterwards when that guy leaves the team? You know what I mean? Like, it's just stop. I like, look, every Knicks fan wants a championship. Every Knicks fan wants, but it's like you have to be smart about it. You're not going to trade away assets for a guy that's going to be here 1 or 2 years. If you're going to trade away assets for a guy, it got to be a guy that's going to be here for like the next 5-6 years, that you know for a fact that with this dude on the roster, you have a legit chance at an NBA Finals every season with that guy on your roster.
Right.
So, yeah. So, I mean, if this was LeBron 6 years ago, then yeah, that would make sense. But LeBron now? Nah. You're not trading for a guy like that.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just too petty to pay for it. I'm sorry. I'm too petty to trade for. Even in 6 years ago, I'm in the minority. I know everybody. Even back then, we had this argument, Ryan. I'm in the minority. I just don't like trading for enemies. I just don't like. It's weird. It's a weird basketball code to me, man. Like when KD joined the Golden State Warriors, I was just like, bro, what is that?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie, guys. There was a time when Jason Kidd and Kenyon Martin joined the Knicks. I was looking at that weird. I was looking at that weird. I'm like, the Nets, Jason Kidd? Do you know, for guys who watched the Nets back in the day, the Nets hated us. They still hate us. But Jason Kidd especially hated the Knicks. And if you even listen to interviews with Jason Kidd's teammates, they talked about how much Jason Kidd hated the Knicks. I partially think Jason Kidd sucked in the playoffs just because he hated us. I think his pettiness took over. He was like, all right, I'll help y'all get 54 wins, but this is enough. I'm not helping y'all get no chip. All right. Everybody knows Jason Kidd sucked in the playoffs once the season was up. So I don't know. I still feel like there was some sabotaging stuff happening there on the low. That's just me. That's just me. But yeah, I'm not built like that. I want to beat those guys. That's just how I see it.
Facts.
Oh man, but salute to the chat.